Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at how to secure your bail. So we're just doing a simple bail today. So if you want to see how I put this all together, then stick around and see what we do. The question that I get asked quite a lot is how to sort of build and secure the bail. So for this example, or for this video rather, I'm just going to do a quick sort of building the bail. So basically building from this point where we've got the frame set and the stone is sort of shaped into the frame, building the bail, securing the bail. So it'll be a nice short sweet tutorial that will just concentrating purely on the bail. So I'm just going to use half round wire. I'm going to make sure all of my wires are sat nice, and then I'm just going to wrap this half round around the all of these wires. And once I've got a wrap or two around it, I'm just going to go in and just make sure everything is sat nice and tidy, and then just carry on. So I'm going to do maybe 4 or 5 wraps here, just to secure all of these wires together. And then I'm just going to keep this tail down out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to build the bail using these front 2 wires. So we've got all of our decorative wires at the back, these 2 at the front. I'm going to then separate the left and the right wires out of the way. So these are the wires that we're going to use for decorating. I'm just going to move them all out to the side so I can get to bail wires to wrap those. Just bending them out of the way. And then I'm just going to do 1 or 2 wraps here just to get it sort of started so the wire doesn't start unraveling. Pushing it down, and I'll just make sure everything's straight. And then before I do anything more, if you haven't already, just secure the stone into the pendant. So I don't want to keep dropping the stone because that would be frustrating. So I'm just going to quickly nick forward these couple of front wires just to secure that stone in place, just so I don't keep dropping it. So it's nothing to do with the bail, but it's just stops me from dropping the stone every couple of minutes. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate the whole pendant using my thumb and finger to stop the half round from actually sort of twisting, which once it twists it can look a little bit messy. So just literally spin the pendant, hold the wire quite tight to those 2 bail wires travelling up, keep it all nice and tight, moving it around nice and gently, so you can see that the wires are slowly sort of wrapping themselves up, wrapping itself up the 2 bail wires. Like I say, just trying to keep, because it's half round, we're just trying to keep them all sort of, every wrap sat nice and tidily next to the last, and that gives us a nice sort of tidy wrap moving up. I'm using a piece of paper underneath the wrap today just to see if it stops my autofocus from having a bit of a meltdown, because it sort of goes in and out of focus quite a lot. Even though I've turned it off, paper probably wasn't my best idea, so I apologise for that. But as you can see, we're nearly up as far as we need to go for this bail, and then just a couple more. Once we've got it to the height we want it, grab your flat nose pliers and just give it a smush all the way down just to flatten everything off, and then use your bail pliers just to hook those wires around to the back, and then you can see it's just coming round. What I'm going to do Just make sure it's all sitting nice and straight. I'm just going to grab the wires before, like where the wrap ends, so they just sit nice and flush. Straighten up the decorative wires, and then just continue to wrap. I'm just going to hold that under my thumb. Continue to wrap that half round around all of the wires and coming back down what I call the neck of the bail. Again, keeping each wire wrap sort of flush to the last. So as you come down, you get like this nice tidy effect. Once you've got down as far as you want to go, we're just going to secure this half round wire to the back bail. So I'm just going to grab my chain nose pliers, hoop that wire underneath these two. So just push it under, grab it on the other side, and then just pull it up. So it sits flush. Same again. So I tend to do this 2 or 3 times. And then number 3, again, just pulling it nice and tidy, and then just cut off the excess. And then with this wire, I'm just going to come through the center, so it comes out the front, and I'm just going to gently pull that around. Try not to twist the wire there. So gently pull that around. And we can do a few wraps like that again, just to secure these wires, stop things from unraveling. Like so. And then like so. Pushing it all up, giving it a smush, tightening it all up. Then you're going to cut off the excess from the front. Take that away. And then what I like to do is just give everything a bit of a final smush down. Check that the bail is straight. And then finally, your last 2 wires, you can be decorative with these and do swirls at the back. Or if you've got quite a big sort of design coming, or you want just a simple way to connect them without doing anything too fancy, just pull them around to the front, snip them off, quite short, not too short, but quite short, so you've got these 2 little sort of stubby bits at the front. And then again with your chain nose pliers, just hook it over, so you've got it going towards the centre, and then squeeze it down and tighten it up. And same on the other side. So you can see, just grab the end, hook it over, and then just squeeze it down. And then what you've got is a nice secure bail. So quite a simple one today, nice and short and sweet. Obviously from that point on you can decorate to your heart's content, do whatever you want. But yeah, so just how to secure the bail. So this is obviously quite a simple bail. You can do more elaborate bails and you can connect them in exactly the same way. So you could have like a fan bail, exactly the same, or you could even use one of these 2 wires that have come around as your wrap around the neck here. So it's just trying to basically play with different ways of doing things. But that's a favourite of mine. It's nice and simple, and then you've obviously got more space to play with these 2. Okay, so any questions or comments, let me know down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. See you later.